it's alive. Did not have to do anything really. Just hook a battery up, hook a battery strip to the positive line strip to the solenoid, and it fired right up. The far cylinder is not firing. This thing needs gaskets big time. I got a major exhaust leak at the intake manifold. It kind of shares an intake manifold and exhaust gasket right down here. So if anyone out there knows of any sources to get those gaskets, please send me a link. It'd be greatly appreciated. But it runs. I'm happy the points are fine. The generator side seems to be fine. I gotta grab another light bulb for that back bulb right there. See if it will work on that side as well in that field. I was correct in the previous video. The breaker box does kill the lights because I flicked the breaker, and that light over there did turn off. But I'm happy actually it does still run. I meant to do this before we moved to start this thing up and let it run for a bit, but I never really got around to doing it because by the time it came to moving, I had nothing to pull it out with. Everything was all packed up. As you saw, it did need a little bit of persuasion, but once it's running, this thing actually runs really well. So my idea for a fuel tank is to use one of those rear gas tanks from a Craftsman tractor and put it right here in this area above the generator head, and then the gas tank will be up nice and high. It most likely will still need a fuel pump, but I do have the old one that came off the Craftsman tractor. I'm hoping it might still be okay to use it on this, but really on this machine here, you just gotta make sure it doesn't flood, and then you're pretty much golden. Because this here, the fuel pump that was originally on it, it would flood really fast. I think it was actually a little bit too high pressure. So the higher the tank is, the better on this particular machine. That old white machine I had, I wish I would have salvaged the fuel tank out of it. It would have fit right in here perfectly, but it needed some work anyways. Needed to grommet, and you know, if I really wanted to trust it or not. But as you can see, my trusty little MTD fuel tank worked perfectly fine, and the machine fired up and produced power. So I'm probably going to let it run through the rest of that tank right there. I'll get another light bulb to make sure both fields are working. It's not a three-phase. It just has two different lines coming off the generator. I know people did correct me on that. And like I said, I do have a dead cylinder. I'm going to see if I can grab a spark plug. It might just be a bad plug. I actually found two brand new plugs for this machine that were sitting here ready to go in. But mainly what this thing needs is intake exhaust gaskets. The gasket kind of looks like a figure 8, so I might start searching for some parts for this machine. Also, the control board is non-existent. I'd like to completely delete it and figure out what needs power to run. I'm pretty sure you just need to put power to the coil, and it will run that way. I know Terrell Fixes Mowers did a Onan video not too long ago where he did the coil. This thing here has a very ancient coil on it. Still working pretty good, so I'm not going to touch it for now. But I'd like to, this is the points box right here. As far as, yeah, this is the points box. I had that open at one time. It has a rod that comes up from the camshaft, I believe, and it operates the points. I believe that's how it works. But I know there's a way you can, I think you can delete the points or something on these. I gotta rewatch his video and figure out how to do that. And I believe you delete the points and you just run a coil or something along those lines. I gotta rewatch the video. And maybe if one of those tanks won't work, figure out a different fuel cell. Because this thing will sit here and just run all day long. It does not use very much fuel at all. I do have a second Onan generator still. It's in my RV. If we ever sell the RV or scrap the RV, which we are kind of leaning towards doing, that generator will be pulled out. It's actually a nicer generator than this one, and this one will be a parts unit, and that particular generator will most likely go in this trailer. But hey, Onan generator, unknown year Onan generator, does start and run. Needs work, which it's always needed work. I just never really had the time or space to do it, and I do now, sort of thing, but I do have other projects I gotta do as well in the house. But this generator is one of my major projects on the chopping block. This, and I have the Generac generator. But this one here, I do like this one because it's powerful. So I guess that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep red like always, and push strong comment.